Ayahuasca, the Yukon shaman. I didn't think I'd see her again after she helped me save Hans. A hide. Must be for making clothing.
Duk, duk! Lion tourists liked Yukols before. Yukols not stay too long time around Valsambor. A town pass? You need to go to the town hall, young miss.
Very well, my dear sir. You asked for it.
Sir, excuse me.
Hello, miss. You're not actually from here. I can hear it. What on earth is a young American doing in our beautiful land? Business? Or perhaps tourism?
Oh, it's a long story, believe me.
I see. In any event, you must try and visit our town. You know, Valsambor is very charming this season. And may I suggest you drop by my tavern? It's the best restaurant in town.
Well, I'd love to, but unfortunately I learned that now I need a pass to get into Valsambor. I'm looking for someone who can help me get one.
Ah, yes, that's true. That's a pain it is. But you're actually in luck. I may be able to do something for you. This is my wife's pass. She's not well, so she couldn't come with me. The document is perfectly valid, except she forgot to get it stamped at the town hall.
And that's a problem?
I'm afraid so. Without the stamp, the document is worthless. Not that long ago, you just needed to get it officially stamped at the police checkpoint, over there at the camp gate. But there hasn't been anybody there since the town decided to come down hard on the U-calls.
So this pass is useless?
Not necessarily. You need to add a stamp that looks like the official Valsambor seal. The police aren't that sharp-sighted around here, I have to admit. Anyway, I didn't say a word. Good luck, miss. And don't forget to drop by my tavern when you're in Valsambor.
Keep moving.
If only I had the time to take a little nap. Yukon candles, made with homemade wax.
Now all client tourists think yukos are thieves.
What an amazing jumble. Not at all like New York markets.
Before yukos could always use staff in cabin. Then hey, visit town.
Hello. What odd clothes you're wearing there, young lady.
I can go inside this yurt.
Keep moving.
People not like yukos now.
Miss Kate Walker go great journey with yukos.
Ayahuasca's owl. It looks as stubborn as ever.
Keep moving.
I don't understand why the mayor put the yukos on our doorstep like that.
Catastrophe with ostrich water mist close. Thank you, Miss Catwalk.
Things went better with the Yugels before, that's for sure.
I'm sure that midget is up to something.
What an amazing jumble. Not at all like New York markets.
Hello, little lady. Mayan tourists liked Yukols before. Yukols not stay too long time around Valsambor.
Keep moving.
Catastrophe with ostrich water mist close. Thank you, Miss Catwalk.
Before yukos could always use staff in cabin. Then hey, visit town.
What a pretty pattern.
I'm sure that midget is up to something.
Hard not to feel intimidated. The clinic. I hope Kirk is okay up there. A checkpoint for the
Stop! You may not pass.
May I ask why not?
Miss! As the inopportune loitering of the Yukon nomads in town was proving to be disturbing the tranquility of the inhabitants, Mayor Bulakin has ordered access to Valsambor to henceforth be restricted to those presenting a duly stamped pass, which confers the authorization to access said town.
What disturbing impact on tranquility could the Yukos be accused of?
Degradation of the public infrastructure, petty theft, shoplifting, begging, the entire felonious panoply typical of such a person.
And do you have any formal proof against them?
Without a pass, you shall not pass.
Do I really need a pass?
Indispensable. So cease arguing and keep moving.
A checkpoint for the municipal employees.
Bairtla, Miss Catwalk. Thank you for saving great ostriches.
A checkpoint for the municipal employees. Stamps. But not one is the right shape, of course. Stamps. But not one is the right shape, of course. A stamp. Looks like something's missing, though. There's a shape ingrained in the leather. Only the stamp is missing. How practical. Not a chance. No way. Impossible. It doesn't work. Nothing. Stamps, But not one is the right shape, of course. Given the living conditions here, I can understand why the policeman's so nice. Nothing useful here. That's not right. Nothing. Not a chance. Impossible. Doesn't work. Let's try something else.
Bairtla, Miss Catwalk.
So that's the famous lake that won't freeze anymore. A squid lying in a puddle of ink. Poor creature. Impossible. No way. Let's try something else. Only the stamp is missing. How practical. Stamps. But not one is the right shape, of course. Only the stamp is missing. How practical. Nothing useful here. Let's try something else. Impossible. Nothing. It doesn't work. There's a shape ingrained in the leather. Over time, the stamp got imprinted into the leather. It looks like the Valsambor stamp. Over time, the stamp got imprinted into the leather. It looks like the Valsambor stamp. Stamps, but not one is the right shape, of course. Impossible.
gone much too long time.
Hello.
Look, Mark, Miss Catwalk. Need something from Forge?
Well, yes, I do. I need a stamp that has the same shape as the Valsambor seal and that I can use with the press at the camp gate.
Complicated. Need model. Tuk tuk. You have that, Miss Catwalk? Complicated. Smith also need wax for mold. Good junk. Stamp ready in not long time.
I have to find a way to attach the stamp or it'll fall out again. I have to find a way to attach the stamp or it'll fall out again. That's not right. Let's try something else. Not a chance. It doesn't work. Stamps. But not one is the right shape, of course. This logo is exactly like the Valsambor stamp.
Hello, Miss Walker. Very happy to finally catch up with you.
Mr. Canton, what on earth do you want?
To take you back home, whether you like it or not. Come on, give me your hands, please.
I'm not going with you. Do you hear? Leave me alone.
You're alone here without friends or acquaintances, and you have nowhere to go, Miss Walker. So be reasonable. Turn around and hold out your hands. Don't make me use force to restrain you. Mr. Marson? Finally, I have her. Yes, she is safe and sound. I have Miss Walker under control. I'll keep you informed of our progress. It'll take a day or two at most. I suppose there are a few procedural obstacles to overcome before we can leave the country.
Listen, all these things I'm accused of are completely untrue. Hans's murder, embezzlement, it's nonsense. And while we're wasting time here, I can't help the Ukels. And believe me, they really need it.
I am not your enemy, Miss Walker. If you haven't done anything like you say, it's in your interest to go back and defend yourself in court. There's nothing left for you to do here anyway. Not everyone here is your friend in these parts, I'm afraid.
Well, all right, Mr. Canton. You win.
I'm glad you're finally being reasonable, Miss Walker. Now we just need to wait for the representative of the regional military authorities for the administrative procedures. I don't think it'll take long to get our papers, so we can leave this place then.
How long do we have to wait? I've been through a lot over the last few months, you know. I'm recuperating. I'm still a bit weak.
Well, it could take a few hours at the outside.
Would you mind bringing me a glass of water? I don't feel too well. I feel a bit dizzy.
I'd have to leave you here in the meantime. I'm not sure that...
Please, Mr. Canton. I really think I'm going to faint.
Don't worry, Miss Walker. I'll see what I can do. But don't move.
Quick! I have to get free and get out of here while Canton is busy. That's no use to me. A glass bottle. Maybe if I knock it over. Didn't break. God, I need to find something else. Useless. Free at last. All right, let's get out of here before Canton comes back.
Walker! No, wait! I have an arrest warrant for this woman. Arrest her! Oh! My pass! Give it back to me! Immediately, you hear?
Things are heating up for Mayor Bulyakin.
My squid is absolutely fresh, miss. Listen, miss, it's fresh.
Hi there. Anything biting?
As if. 20 years there's been fewer fish, but sometimes you can get lucky. Go figure. It's really odd.
You seem to know the region well. Maybe you can fill me in a bit. I'd like to know a little bit more about the local legend. I was told that there's a monster down there, living at the bottom of the lake.
It's not a legend.
And how can you be so sure?
Back when, the lake froze over earlier in the season. People would go out and make holes in the ice in the middle of the lake, then fish like that. Sometimes they would even set up these cabins for the winter next to the hole. The old folk always said you should only cut a small hole, just wide enough so the fish could be pulled through when you landed them. No more than that. One day, this guy who was kind of odd cut a really big hole. To make it easier, he said. In case he caught a really big one. You don't have to believe me, but he's the one who went into the hole. Backwards. Into the depths. In less time than it takes to say it, the monster's arm came through the hole, then dragged the poor guy down to the bottom of the lake. That's why the old folks say never make a big hole in the ice, because of the monster that lurks below.
And how do you know all that?
Because the poor guy was my older brother. And I was fishing just next to him that day. So you think what you want. You have a good day, miss. It's because of the lake monster that the locks are closed.
Since the town hall closed the port, we sometimes get the impression we're living in a ghost town.
We're going to see the Nomad Souk. Apparently they have good prices.
Believe me, it's a really good thing that the nomads can't just come and go around Valsambor as they please anymore.
You almost fell right in the water. Have you ever thought about moderating your consumption of vodka, sir?
R-E-N-O.
Pardon?
It's me, Captain Obo. Obo! Proud commander of the just as proud Crystal. So don't you, sir, me.
Well, delighted. Captain, I'm Kate Walker. I'm looking for Steiner's, the clockmaker.
If I fall in the water, Taylor, it'll be to go straight to hell. So don't fall in the water, sailor. You understand? Bastard's waiting for me.
Who are you talking about?
The monster of the lake is waiting for us all, miss. Everyone's time comes eventually. To finish the work. Come on, back in the fight. Because you can never lower your guard. Never.
The way they treat the nomads around here is terrible.
No Yukos in Valsambor! The shopkeepers can't take it anymore! The shopkeepers are on strike!
There've been 10 thefts from my shop since those savages showed up! Mr. Mayor, who's gonna pay?
Excuse me. What's happening here?
Isn't it obvious? We're demonstrating against having the Yukon nomads parked on our doorsteps.
But what for?
Since they came to Valsambor, there's been no end to the shoplifting and vandalism, and on top of that, their souk is taking our customers. Mayor Bulyakin has to do something, and fast. We're not leaving until he receives our delegation.
But why won't the mayor talk to you?
Because he's a schmuck. He wants the nomads to continue their migration as much as us, but he's too afraid of annoying his higher-ups. And while he's gaining time by playing both sides of the board, we're watching our sales go through the floor.
The authorities are asking the mayor to prevent the migration from continuing? They want the Yukels to stay blocked in Valsenborg?
That's what people are saying, but if you want my opinion, the only thing the mayor is waiting for is someone to get rid of those savages without him having to get his hands dirty.
What? That statue! No, it's impossible. If you were only here to see this, Oscar.
The shopkeepers are on strike for the first time in ages. That's not good business for anyone, if you want my opinion.
Welcome to our humble Valsenborg funicular station, miss.
When they shut the funicular down this morning, it created chaos.
I don't believe it. He forgot to leave it open again.
Steiner. Hello. Are you Mr. Steiner? I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Steiner. My name is Kate Walker, and I've come to pick up the prosthesis for Kirk, the Yukel spiritual guide.
And well, dear Miss Walker, Dr. Efimova has informed me that the young man was not yet in any sort of condition to withstand the operation, and that...
Mr. Steiner, are you all right?
It is impossible. That pendant you have around your neck. I would be very obliged if you would entrust me with it for a moment. Please, Miss Walker. Mein Gott! An XZ-2000 automaton heart in perfect working condition. A compensating spring memory. Pendulum ventricles and small mechanical pumps. Everything seems in excellent condition. Donnerwetter! Where on earth did you steal this, Miss Walker?
I did not steal it. It's a souvenir. It's all I have left of Oscar. A very dear friend.
Ah, so. And yet I am actually very familiar with this type of precision mechanism. An infernal precision. Incredible, unique expertise. For this was a Vorarlberg automaton, Miss Walker.
Yes. It was Hans Vorarlberg who designed this object. Tell me, did you know him?
Oh, yeah. He even lived here a few years. We did a lot of work together. He taught me so many different things, you know. So it is useless to try and make up silly stories, Miss Walker. And I am afraid that I am not about to allow you to leave here as long as you have not told me the truth about where this object comes from.
Oh, don't bother locking me in, Mr. Steiner. If you must know, the truth is that Hans Vorarlberg was someone who was very important to me. I accompanied him on a very strange journey throughout Europe. And that object in your hand is the only souvenir I have of that adventure.
That proves nothing, Himmelherrgott! Hans would never have given this to...
Mr. Steiner, are you all right?
My heart... need... my medication... Quickly!
Just don't move. I'll go and get your medication right away. No medication in sight.
Make yourself right at home. Don't mind me. I just own the place.
Fantastic! Who would store medication in this mess? A woman's writing saying, "Grandfather, don't forget to take your medication 3 hours before dinner." Kirk's prosthesis, but it looks like it isn't finished. Fantastic! fantastic. Still nothing. Who would store medication in this mess? No medication. Nothing that could help him.
My heart. I need my medication. Quickly.
No medication. No medication in sight. Going by the smell, I'd say this cup was recently used for tea. Who would store medication in this mess? A woman's writing saying, Grandfather, don't forget to take your medication 3 hours before dinner. All that clattering must get really tiring after a while. Tea.
Thank you for your precious help, my dearest Miss Walker. I'm afraid...
Don't mention it, Mr. Steiner. Tell me about the prosthesis. I need to take it back to Kirk very quickly, if, of course, you agree to let me have it.
Yeah. I just have a few small adjustments to make. It involves very precise and meticulous mechanics, understand?
Will it take long? I'm sorry to insist, but I also have to give a hand to those unfortunate Yukels. I need to help them get across the lake with their herd of ostriches. I'm so worried about them.
Once the mechanical leg is at last ready, I can go to the clinic and bring back young Kirk to you. That way you only have to worry about what happens to the other Yukels.
That's so nice of you, Mr. Steiner. But why are you doing this?
I wasn't extremely nice to you earlier. And also the way the Yukels are treated by the other townsfolk here, in my own town, disgusts me. So I want to help those poor devils, even if I am in no way absolutely certain they should be crossing the lake.
What on earth's the matter, Mr. Steiner?
The next stage of your journey is the poor cursed town of Baranor. It has become hell on earth since the time of the last great ostrich migration. Please join me downstairs for a moment, Miss Walker. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Look just next to the films there, Miss Walker. You should find a film on Baranor.
The film's missing.
Baranor, the cursed city. Baranor, the martyred town. Baranor has been nothing but a field of ruins and desolation since a week after the explosion of reactor number 3 in the nuclear power plant. Baltimore is on the other side of the lake, sheltered from the prevailing winds, and fortunately it seems to have been spared from the deadly radioactive clouds. Our town was mobilized to go to the aid of our neighbor. Although our town's means were modest when compared to such a catastrophe, there were nonetheless among us some brilliant mechanical engineers. In record time, they developed a small army of automatons capable of helping the affected people. Those men and dogs of steel could go where a human could no longer set foot without becoming seriously ill. Over there, they could be excavators, rescue workers, and treasure bearers.
These automatons look just like my friend Oscar. I guess people put that statue up in the square in their honor.
Yeah. Truly magnificent pieces, nicht wahr? The XZ-2000 model is most assuredly one of Hans's major masterpieces.
Their mission was to bring back any survivors of the catastrophe to Baltimore, where the victims would receive the best care in Dr. Zemyatine's clinic. The Crystal, the ferry usually responsible for linking the towns of Baltimore and Baranor every day, carried the new type of rescuers to the scene of the drama, and brought back the survivors of the catastrophe.
So Baranor suffered the ravages of a nuclear accident. But according to that film, the automatons you designed with Hans should have helped save lots of lives, right?
I'm afraid that's not how things went. Because of Captain Obo, who... Ah, that must be Sarah. Please come this way, Miss Walker. I'll introduce you. Miss Walker, may I introduce you to Sarah, my granddaughter?
Nice to meet you, Sarah. My name's Kate Walker.
I actually owe Miss Walker a candle. Thanks to her calmness and peace of mind, I'm still here and on my feet. She found my medication and gave it to me before it was too late. Donnerwetter.
You don't mean you had another attack, do you? Ah, you're being so very naughty, Grandfather. You absolutely must let Dr. Zemyatine examine you.
Come on, stay calm, my little child. When I go to the clinic to take the prosthesis to the young Yukol, I'll stop by and see the good doctor. Until then, why don't you make yourself really useful to Miss Walker? She's looking for some way to transport the Yukol caravan to the other side of the lake.
Well, I think I've already found the solution. The boat in the film, the Crystal, it must be the ship that's docked in the port. If it was able to transport the automatons you and Hans built, it could carry the ostriches across the lake.
Ah, that's not a bad idea. But unfortunately, there's a slight problem of size, dear Miss Walker.
Sounds like you're talking about Captain Obo's alcoholism. I saw him earlier on the dock.
That coward has been hiding himself in alcohol ever since he abandoned our automatons to Baranor, and he'd rather simply die than go back. He tells everybody that the evil monster of the lake is waiting for him, and that as soon as he goes back on the water, the beast will just up and grab him. Ha 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 ha. But of course, that is the purest fantasy.
Grandfather, I know you're still really angry with Captain Obo because he abandoned the automatons that you built with your friend Hans and Baranor. He was supposed to wait for them. They were going to take all the survivors they found in the rubble to the boat and then bring everyone here to safety in Valsambor. But in the end, when he got to the beach at Baranor and saw the disaster and all the dead, he became really afraid. The disease, the radiation. He must have had an uncontrollable panic attack, so he immediately turned back, dumped the machines on the Crystal into the lake, and came back empty-handed to Valsambor. And the automatons have been there ever since, in hell. But who knows? Maybe today he'll want to sell. I'm sure Kate will be capable of convincing him to help the Ukels. I have to go do my waitressing shift in the tavern. Come by and see me later on, okay? Captain Obo will be there.
All right, then. I'll try and convince Captain Obo. Thank you for everything, Mr. Steiner.
I don't know if I really should wish you good luck, dear Miss Walker. Baranor is only an open grave now.